Smile for the camera. It's gonna go. We're gonna go live.
You need to angle it towards me a little bit.
Is that? How's that?
A little bit
this
more.
is. I think. Okay. I'm trying to keep the.
Oh, the tapestry.
Hi guys. Yeah, I'm trying to keep a tapestry from. Hi guys. I needed some comfort with this shit we're going through today. I had invited a friend over. So I'm a little late. I'm always a little bit on CP time though. Let me see. So I'm gonna. Hello, truth out there. I'm going to. So this is what I usually do too. I like. This is what I run it in, but then when I'm looking at the comments, I guess I could comment here, but for some reason I just want to see if it's. Oh, she did a heart.
Yeah.
Hey, this is my friend. Do you want to say her name?
Inonge Kabele.
Hey,
Hi.
Inonge. Here's my friend Inonge. She said she's stood in line with me too when I voted yesterday because she voted. She voted in person. See, so we're a little bit behind. You see that now, but
yeah, I see.
Okay. Sad to say hello from the cricket state of Michigan. Aw. But you know what though? The people in Michigan aren't cricket. It's the people in charge. Hello, Mike. Oh, I'm trying to say electronic doctor. Hello, Samuel. Hello, Heaven. Rusty, what's up? Thank you. God bless you too. Charlie. Hello, JC. I'm getting some new people in the chat today. Anyway, this stuff is crazy. So, I heard that, that's what happens. Yeah, I mean, people, Michigan, like, look, this is what I believe. Now, if I'm wrong, y'all, I guess I have to do another live, and y'all can call up and you can chastise. You can chastise me. But think about this. This is, if you've voted, if you've done what you can do, this is the only thing, is like meditate or pray or, spread information maybe to people. I mean, think about things that you can do to to help, but don't worry. If there's nothing you can do, don't worry. My mom would say worry is like a rocking chair. It gives you comfort but it takes you nowhere. Right? Have you heard that before?
No, I like it.
Yeah, right? It gives you comfort. You just rock it, but you're stuck, kind of stuck there, right? And I'm not gonna lie, you guys. Like the first day, I was freaking out, like on election day. But I was freaking out more so because I was just hoping it would be over in a day. But it looks like it's probably gonna take a few weeks. I don't even think we're gonna find out anything tomorrow. It's probably gonna take a few weeks. Truth in Florida. I'm in Florida. We worked hard to get people out there at work. Pray always. All right, so I just want you to know that she's okay, but I don't know if you heard that Bevlyn Beatty got stabbed last night along with 2 Proud Boys. Let me see if we can get on the live stream. Yeah. It's about, yeah. Yeah, so let me, here, I'm not going to play the whole video. But I'm going to play a few more clips. I'm going to wait for some more people to get home. But pray for Bevlyn Beatty and the Proud Boys that got stabbed. So this is what I heard, that they got stabbed by stopping some BLM people from trying to rob an old man. All right? So she looks like she's okay. She's talking. Here, I'm going to play some of the video. It's 20 minutes. I'm not going to play the whole video. But, oh, what? Are you serious? Your influenza vaccination has helped me find a home. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to cry, Shelford. Oh, wow. Oh my God. See, like, can I just say, you guys, before this channel, a lot of you guys discovered me because of politics, but I've been doing this with my best friend for years. And we would get so many horrible threats. Anytime we talked about vaccinations, I mean, we would get death threats. We've gotten graphic rape threats. My friend has gotten threats on her kids, okay? We would have to turn the comment section off. It was crazy. But I was talking with her the other day. We still talk most of the time, but she's a homeschooling awesome mom, and She has 3 kids, and her son is vaccine injured, and that's what her focus is on. But she's still very much tuned in. And anyway, we were just talking the other day and saying how refreshing it is, how we've noticed too, since from 10 years ago, that the resistance about talking about this stuff is so much less than what it used to be. It's getting better, basically, because I think more people are waking up. I can definitely say, at least on that issue, but I think on a lot of things, because I feel like once you find out the stuff on vaccination, that, you know, then you really start questioning what you belong to. Just even with the politics, right? It's like there's a hole in the middle, and then there are all these little rabbit holes that lead to the middle. So maybe for some people, they were farmers and they found out about GMOs, or they, you know, vaccine injured, or they were politics or whatever, but it all leads to the same group of satanic people. So thank you so much for telling me that, Shelford Woods. That really made my day. I mean, that's what I do, not because I'm trying to be right or I'm trying to, you know, just get in people's faces, but it's terrible. And there's so many people that are injured, you know, by vaccines and stuff. And the way the system is set up, they don't, you know, they don't even allow people that are vaccine injured to get the proper help. They want you to go through the allopathic route, and they try and block people from doing that so they don't get better. So that just, I mean, I'm so overjoyed to hear that. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm gonna play a Bevlyn Beatty, a little bit of her video. You can look at her, go to her page and watch the rest of it, and then I'm gonna play a few more clips, and then I will start taking calls. Okay, so you said, oh, one more. I'm a nurse. It pays my bills, but I don't believe in it. I can't even talk to nurses about. I know, it's sad, but you're still doing a good job. Most nurses know more, I feel like, than doctors. They're so right. They're so like, here, let me, where's Bevlyn. All right, guys. Oh. I will show you. Okay, hold on. Video, no. All right, people. Is it here? Wait, where's? Alrighty. Yeah, so pray for her. I think she seems fine, but
also on Instagram. Hi you guys. Oh man, I'm so tired. How are you doing, y'all? It's been a while since I've been live on this particular page. Facebook unbanned me. I'm talking to my Facebookers, but also on Instagram. How are you guys doing? Y'all, I gathered up enough strength to tell y'all what happened. Yesterday, I tried to like make a statement on Instagram, but I was so tired. I couldn't do it. So I'm gonna tell y'all now what happened, and we'll go from there. Give me a second. Hi y'all. I'll just wait for a few more y'all to get in. And then we'll go from there. Hi y'all. So about last night. Facebook, I don't know if you see my snaps that I had made, but last night I made it very clear that I wanted to celebrate Trump winning, because by faith I knew Trump was winning, and he's still gonna win even though they're trying to steal the election. I believe that. But last night when we all got together, not that we ever have an intent to harm people, but we always have an intent to minister the gospel. But last night, I'm not going to say we didn't have an intent to minister the gospel, but we really didn't want to just have confrontation last night. That genuinely was the motive. Seriously. Last night, we actually, Emma was tired, so I rode with her back to the hotel. And then I changed into like comfortable shoes and a hoodie. And all of us kind of were walking together and just kicking it. It was me, the Proud Boys, just a group of friends. And they were so dead set on not dealing with confrontation that they put away their flags, their Trump flags. They lay low. They really genuinely intended on laying low. Everybody flipped their shirts inside out so that, there were, Trump triggers. I mean, the Proud Boys and everybody with them decided to do this. So I have to make that very clear. Nobody last night went out to do anything but celebrate Trump, okay? And what the Lord is doing through Trump. Why am I saying this? Last night, we were sitting on the stoop. We were walking, but then somebody said, wait, stop. We were waiting on a friend to meet up with us, and we were walking. And one of the girls said, stop. Trump is about to make an announcement. So we were about to listen to Trump talk about, voter fraud and what's basically happening right now. So while we were waiting for him to make an announcement, as he started to get up on the stage, we seen an old white guy walking across the street. He looked like he had just came from some type of election party. He had on a suit, tie, but an very older gentleman. And he was walking by himself. And, just walking. Now we seen 3 young kids who happen to be black watching the guy, following the guy, and started walking towards the guy. Okay? People get mad when we say, let me tell y'all something. And a lot of y'all are not going to like what I'm about to say. I don't care. The moment you see young black teenagers, a lot of people naturally get alert and get concerned. Because depending on the area we live in, most of the time, in these inner city, Democrat cities, a lot of them are up to no good. Whether you like it or not, you don't have to like what I'm saying. And that's the problem, especially with the black community. Because even the black ones who don't do these type of things I'm about to say happen, you defend them that do. And you're basically their protection. Because I'm going to tell you something. Last night was straight savagery. Savagery. And it seems as if we scream and riot when cops shoot us. But we won't talk about the savagery that goes on in our own neighborhoods. There's a reason why sometimes cops have to pull out a gun and shoot a couple of us. Because of the savagery. Okay? I'm saying what I'm saying, and I don't care if you don't like it. This is the reality. We've seen them young kids walk up to that old man, and we already knew what it was. They start taunting the old man, and they basically had intent on beating him up or robbing him, one or the other, but they had intent on gaining something. Once we seen things was crazy, all of us noticed it. We walked across the street, and we said, stop. And I remember saying to the man, hey, young man, why are you bothering this man? Leave him alone. Now, let me tell you something. A lot of you Christians will say, oh, Bevlyn, you always looking for trouble. Shut up, you false prophets. If you was standing outside and seeing kids roll up on a single old man who's by himself, and you would stand there and not do nothing, it goes to show the type of coward you are. And you're the reason why this nation is so corrupt now. Because it's people like you who pull out your phone rather than go and help someone who you see old enough to be your grandpa by himself being pulled up on by 3 young kids who have an agenda. Okay? Why am I saying this? We went over there and we told the young boys to stop. And then the guy started to curse us out. B, shut the F up, B, this, that, and the other. Being aggressive and ignorant and belligerent as per usual when it comes to those type of groups of people. All right? So I say, you know what? I bind that evil spirit right now in the name of Jesus. You know what he says to me? I'm a Muslim anyway. Shut the F up. So then the girls he with, because it was 1 boy and 2 girls, I said, listen, would your prophet Muhammad want you to act like that? Leave this man alone. Did you come out here just to beat him up or bother him? Leave him alone. He said, yeah, I came out here for smoke. This is what I want. We've been looking for this all night. These young kids came out looking to hurt someone. And I got proof. I'm going to validate what I'm saying. You guys need to open up your eyes to a lot. What's going on in our nation and what we are protecting. What the leftists are protecting and fueling. Okay? So now, the young girl says, shut the F up or I'm going to punch you in the face. And I said, no, I am not going to shut up. And she just decided, okay. She punched me in my face. And then she grabbed my hair. I was pulling my hair. I'm trying to get the girl off of me. Okay? You guys will notice, if ever we go out to do ministry, I always go live. I didn't go live because there was no intentions of attendance or whatever you want to call it. I really seen an issue, and as Christians, we have to reject it. We have to stop it. So she starts to pull my hair. As she's pulling my hair, somehow, someway, she was able to reach into her backpack and grab out an empty Hennessy bottle. Why did they have an empty Hennessy bottle in their backpack? Do you want to know why? Not because they were drinking. Because if they were drunk, they wouldn't have been able to act like that. They carried an empty Hennessy bottle strategically because they came outside looking for something to tear up. That's what happened. That's what they did. I know there's a video. They came outside strategically looking to cause mischief and chaos. Okay? Whether you like it or not, I'm saying for what it is. So now, the girl throws the bottle at me. She misses me. Her friend comes from behind me and stabs me in my back 3 times as I'm trying to pull the girl off of my hair. Y'all know in my ministry, even if I rebuke and correct people, I am non-violent. Non-violent. That's a lie from the pit of hell I approach to Christ and coffee. And I need to block you because you're absolutely pathetic. You are so pathetic, it's disgusting. People like you, you're not Christians. You're the reason why people don't want to be Christian. Stabbed me in my back 3 times as I'm pushing the girl off of me. On top of that, the guy cuts the older man. 4 people got stabbed last night. The guy, as soon as we started to try to defuse it, once the girl punched me, the guy punches me in my face and grabs my hair. The guy takes a knife and cuts the older man. Okay? And so now all of the Proud Boys that are with us are trying to run in and defuse the situation. The Proud Boys were not trying to provoke. They were trying to defuse and pull people off of people because absolutely nobody had the intent of violence. Nobody came outside looking for those type of issues. Okay?
Okay, I'm gonna stop it. You guys can go to the rest of her page and you can watch that, the rest of the video. Look, I'm gonna put it in the links right here. Hold on one second. Jeez, these people are insane. These people are insane. What do you think about that? What do you think?
I'm black and I avoid crowds of black people.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's like, have you ever seen that Chris Rock? I was bringing that, the Chris Rock, the black people niggas, and how he's like talking about basically like he's basically saying the niggas are like the violent black people, and then the black people are like the normal black people, and how people are like, here, let me just title this, Bevlyn, I always mess up her name. B-E-B-L-Y. It's Bevlyn, right? B-E-V-L-Y-N.
B-E-V-E-R-L-Y-N.
It's Beverlyn? B-E-V?
Beverlyn. Yeah.
B-E-V?
V-E-R-L-Y-N. B-E-A-T-T-Y.
Gets stabbed. So I'm putting her putting in the links so you guys can go and watch the rest of it. It's kind of long. It was like 20 minutes, and I want to talk, and I have a few other clips to get to. But Jesus, I mean, it's like these people, and they're scared. They're like, oh, I'm scared about these white supremacists. Where are the white supremacists? Where are they? Have you seen any? I haven't seen any. It was supposed to be. Oh no! Don't leave it, because I'll show you. Like, that's the view.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So see. That's the view. Sorry. I'm sorry. She thought we were cricket, but I just had one of the windows cricket. So, I mean, these people are insane. and they're insanely violent. And I mean, they're, you know, white people too. Yeah, she needs at least beer mace. Exactly. Or bear, I said beer mace. Bear mace, for sure. I was just picturing myself in that situation. I'm like, I'm taking, like, I have pepper spray, I have a stun gun, and I'm packing. So you know, I really don't,
Wow.
I'm more, you know, have the gun for, you know, like home invasions and stuff, but, you know, just going out now, you know, it's sad. It's like, I don't even know what to say anymore. It's like these people are the ones that are committing the violence. Remember yesterday, you guys, I showed the list, the Breitbart list of violent crime. Have you seen that?
No.
There's a Breitbart list. Let me see if I can pull it up. But they've been basically keeping a list, right, of all the hate crimes that have been perpetrated against Trump supporters since like 2016. And these are just the ones that have been public, okay?
Stop spreading conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theorists. That's dangerous misinformation you're spreading. Shame on you.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, here we go. I'll put it up again. I'll bring it up. So basically, and this is, I swear I saw a list that had even more, but this is still a lot. So look at this, you guys. It's like all of these hate crimes that have been perpetrated that they've been keeping. Here, I'm gonna turn this on. They've been keeping tabs on, right? You look at it from this end, and the people will see it from that end. So,
but they're justified because Trump supporters are white supremacists. So who cares? I mean, they got what they deserved.
School bus aide attacks child, rips MAGA hat off his head in rage, right? I mean, I'm not going to read them. I'm just going to show you how long this list is. And for people that want to say that, like, we're still in 2017. We haven't got, I mean, 2018. Now, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Right? And these are just the ones that made news. These aren't even, look, I'm still going. It's still going. It's good. So people that think that Trump supporters are violent, please send me your list of hate crimes that Trump supporters have put, you know, perpetrated against, you know, people that didn't support Trump or leftists, right? First one was September 2015, all the way up until now, and still counting, Mm-hmm. And there's another page. Let me see. I think it was that's just up into 2019. Hate crimes. Let's see. I think it's that one. That's up into 2019.
Wait, go down a little bit. Media approved hate crimes. Media approved.
Yeah, explode. Mm-hmm. So this is 2020, okay? So that was just up to 2019, and now they're documenting. So I mean, you guys,
and that's just the beginning of 2020.
It's just the beginning, and now Bevlyn Beatty and the Proud Boys can be added to that list. But these assholes would just be like, oh, but that's what they get because they're racist. And like I keep saying, the media they should be hung and skinned because they're the ones that are perpetrating these lies that, you know, have people hidden inside their houses, you know, or hiding inside their houses and cowering, thinking that Trump supporters is out to get them when it's really their own team and their own people. What do you think? You want to comment on that?
Yeah, so I told you this morning, I woke up and I'm actually going to do a post. I do these Facebook posts called Questioning Thoughts. So I'm going to do number 13, and it's called The Cult of Racism Everywhere, Core. And so I just thought of it this morning. Yeah. And basically, what the media and the left have us believe is that everything in life comes down to racism. And racism can explain away Black mediocrity. It can explain away Black violence and Black crime. It can explain everything away. And so you have two Americas. You've got the Trump lovers, and then you've got the good people, right? Mm-hmm. And if people let go of their beliefs that everything is racist, and if you, like the moment, I'll take me for example. If all my life I've believed that white supremacy is the cause of all my problems, and that Trump and his supporters are white supremacists and they all want me dead and they would kill me if they could legally get away with it, then I'm going to have a hellish experience of life. And then if I find out that that's not true, then everything falls apart, right? So this cult of racism everywhere is the excuse to get rid of Trump and to cover up a bunch of lies, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I come to realize that that's not true, then all of a sudden I'm culpable for the 600% increase in suicides. And I have signed off on people losing their jobs, their businesses, their homes, their incomes. I've signed off on hundreds of thousands of people dying in hospitals all alone, never getting to say goodbye to their loved ones. Like I'm complicit in all of that because I've signed off. Like I signed the contract. Yes, I want this to happen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then also, if I believe that white supremacy is the cause of everything, then I'm actually signing off on, yes, I believe that Black people are inherently inferior. They need a white savior.
Mm-hmm.
Black people are dumb. Black people are infantile. Don't expect Black people to do anything great because, they come from victimhood and that's all they're ever going to be.
Yeah.
So this like cultural Marxism and critical race theory and all of that stuff is literally killing us. It's killing us.
Yeah.
And so white Americans go around being paranoid, scared, feeling guilty all the time. And black Americans right now with this whole BLM movement,
mm-hmm.
we get to feel prideful, we get to feel superior, we get catered to, but it's actually destroying us. Like I had a conversation on Facebook the other day. This woman had posted an article. It was just basically a factual article, but she cherry picked it and she said, this is why we need to get rid of the Electoral College, because the Electoral College was built on slavery and racism. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's an interesting perspective. I've never heard of that before. But what I understand about the Electoral College is if you've got, like in a state, a bunch of people living in the city and then other people living in the country, everybody's concerns have to be represented and addressed. And then I have some bad words in my head about these people are like, yeah, every vote should count. It's like, yes, every vote does count. But do you understand that, a person who lives in the city does not have the life of a person who lives in the country. And they really freaking don't care, especially if they've never lived in the country, And it's like, I can't. And so basically I was like, look, guys, if we get rid of the Electoral College, this one guy was like, oh, Electoral College is made by rich white men and it protects the minority, which is wealthy white men, and it always will, and da-da-da. And I was like, you know what? I really don't care about who created the Electoral College. It works. If it were not for the Electoral College, Black people would still be in chains to this day. And if we get rid of it, who's to say that a few years down the line, we're still going to be minorities. If the majority votes against us, that's it. You know what I mean? We have no legal recourse or protections. And then, the person who posted was like, well, we can agree to disagree. So like her way of saying, shut up.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I do agree to disagree. I'm just giving, my perspective, take it or leave it. But like we've been conditioned in this society and through the school system to not be able to think strategically. Like we're not, like, especially as Black people, we're not supposed to think about our legacy. We're not supposed to think about our descendants. Yeah. We're not supposed to think farther than 2 weeks 2 weeks ahead.
Yeah, right.
We're supposed to live this like hand to mouth existence and like very low on, and you were talking about it, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right?
So we can't reach self-actualization.
Yeah, and so right now this BLM and cultural Marxism has got us all pumped up, proud, and literally like inebriated. Yes,
it's like power.
we're inebriated on this false power, and you've got these multinational corporations pumping billions and billions of dollars into this ideology that's literally weakening us and making us dumb and dumber and dumber, you know?
And
And then,
dehumanizing us.
yeah, it's just, it's ridiculous. And it's like I try to get people to see, and I think most people just don't want to see it. I think most Black people, even Black people who are very successful, it's like,
yeah, because
it's the
you
same
know
thing
people
with-
like that too, right? That are wealthy, that are Black.
Exactly.
Like that, yeah.
Exactly. But they've just swallowed it all. Like they, you know,
Well, it has to do with their own self-esteem too. You can't like control people like this if they have high self-esteem.
yeah. Like
know?
me, I don't care. I don't care if anybody thinks I'm subhuman and below them and stuff like that.
Yeah, those people are retarded.
Yeah, as long as they're not trying to kill me,
Yeah.
as long as they're not trying to hurt me or destroy my property, it's like
or
you
like
can think
in the way
want.
of my career, yeah, whatever. Like I don't got time for you. Like step aside. I'm going
Yeah.
to the top. Like, you know.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's yeah. Well, I'm sure we're gonna be talking.
It's spiritual. It's spiritual warfare.
That's what I see. This is a spiritual war because we even have own family members that and friends that you know have that have this mentality, and I know you guys do too. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not like hell bent on trying to tell you my business, but I'm telling you my business because I want to relate to you guys, and I know that you guys, you know, you're going through the same thing with your friends and your family members. And you were saying the other day that, you know, it's really disappointing because you have friends and family members that, you know, you're losing respect for. And you're saying friends that you've known for years.
Yeah, and it's like I really don't like going on Facebook because I see some of the really hateful, fearful things that they're saying. And I'm like, I really don't want to lose respect for you. I really don't want to have these feelings that my respect for you is just going lower and lower because I know how old you are, and by now you should know better than to pass on this like false information. And I the other day I did a Facebook Live, and I was like, you know what? At this day and age, we're all adults. The internet is free. Even if you can't afford broadband, you can go to a library and you can find out for yourself. Are Republicans really racist? Is Trump really a racist? You can go out and meet people, and people are choosing not to. And like I struggled with this for a few days, and I was like, oh, I get it. Like if you believe this about half of the country, it's because you really want to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've chosen to believe it. It's not like you don't have a choice,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so what is it in you that wants to believe it?
Pride. I'm telling you, to me, it's that simple. They don't want to question the fact that they may have been wrong. And we were talking earlier about too, when I think a lot of this is starting to come to light. This is why we're going through such a tumultuous time. But it's like when people when they're confronted with this, are people going to apologize? They're going to have to deal with all the people, all the horrible things they said, all the people who they ratted on and got fired from their job for having a different point of view. They're going to have to, a lot of people that think that they're good people, they've done some really horrible fucking evil things, and they're going to have to come to terms with that. And some people just might lose their sanity.
Well, you know what? I
had
a near-death experience when I was 4, and it's more real than this place that we're in right now. And so every now and again, when I want to feel grounded, I'll watch some videos of people who were clinically dead and they came back. And almost everyone had a life review, and they relived their life, every single thing. But they were themselves, and then they were the people that they interacted with. So if they hurt somebody's feelings or if they disrespected somebody, they also had the experience of being the other person. And some people said that it was absolutely excruciating to relive what they had done to other people as the other people. And so these people who come back, they're very, very careful with how they treat people. And all of them have said, some version of, we're tricked into believing that it's all about this physical world, but it doesn't really matter what happens in the physical world. Everything is about our relationships with people in the spiritual world. Like, how do we make people feel? Are we cutting them down? Are we ignoring their needs? Are we being, selfish? Are we cruel? Have we been a bully? Have we ignored them when they really needed help or shut them down? And so that's just kind of like, I was thinking about how Jesus said, you know, 2 laws: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Because literally, when you die, everything you did to others will be done unto you anyway.
Yeah.
And also, you know, love God with all your heart and your soul and your mind. And that's it. Because if you love God, then automatically you're going to do the right things. You're going to be in the right way with people, and you're going to always be coming from a place of love. So even if you make a mistake, you're coming from a place of love, and you're more aware, you know. And this whole, like I said, I call it the core, the cult of, you know, racism everywhere. It's like we're being indoctrinated into this cult. It's been, I think, like since the Frank, oh my God, I can't remember.
Franklin experiment? The Franklin?
No, it's like after World War II, these guys went from, I think it was Frankfurt, Germany, and they immigrated to the United States, and they were the cultural Marxists, and they created like critical theory and all of that.
Oh, I didn't know that. See,
they infiltrated.
I'm going to give you guys her channel. I've been forcing her to start a channel. She started it.
Yeah,
well, she started in the past, but now I'm like,
you're like, more. You have to put your videos there.
Yeah, I think you have great, and she's Pan-African, so she has outside and inside country experience. So it's something I don't have. So it's another perspective that you can get, you know, in addition to just your personal experience. Yeah, but it's like this cultural Marxism has infiltrated universities over the past several decades, like maybe 60 years by now, and it's just like, this is the BLM and Antifa are the children of that theory, that ideology, which is, you know, very godless, atheistic, nihilistic, extremely, extremely self-centered, and very destructive, you know? Yeah. And I don't know. And it rides on people having low self-esteem, and that's how they can control people. But
exactly.
I want to get to the next clip. You have to go, right?
Yeah. I have to go.
Let me by Inonge, did you know I can put your you don't have, let me see if I can find your link to your YouTube channel. I'll put it in the chat. I'll also put it in the description after. Maybe I can do it now. Okay, hold on. Yeah. 1 second, because you're getting love. People are like, oh, I like her. I'm trying to like do both things.
I like you too.
Yeah.
I like the comments. I'm like, oh wow. I have to go back later and like go through the comments, because people are sharing some really really
and
cool
she's
stuff.
actually better at me than being diplomatic.
My dad was a diplomat.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you're good at it. Like I just get mad sometimes. Like fuck those motherfuckers. I heard that Bevlyn Benny got stabbed. I was so angry.
I'll just say,
so bad. Yeah.
I am seeing some bad words in my head.
Yeah, I know. I was like, you know what I think. I would just say them, you know.
I think if I curse, I'll get struck by lightning.
Yeah. I used to think like that. Let me see. So her name is Inonge Kabele. I'm gonna Inonge, right? Kabe.
Kha.
Oh.
Yeah, Khabe.
Okay, and then that should be the channel.
Yes.
All right, and then I'm also going to, if you guys want to subscribe to her and look at her. Sister from another mister. I got many sisters. Someone's like, is that a sister?
No, but you look just like my cousin. She looks just like my cousin.
Her grandmother thinks her grandmother thinks I'm like her cousin.
I know. She's like, oh, it's so good to see you
and
again.
I'm like, have we met? You met? Yeah. So it's kind of funny. But let me play this clip, and then I'm gonna walk my friend to the car. I'm gonna play. I'll play a couple clips, and then I'll take some calls. So this one is. Let's see. I don't know. Some guys have you said this, so we're definitely gonna talk about what's going on with the election. I'm gonna play this clip. I'm putting it in. If you have not seen it, but it's Rudy Giuliani. I can't even say his name. Rudy Giuliani talking about what's going on in his take. Okay.
I have to share with you this clip. There was.
Let me play this. You got 12 minutes.
With these mail-in ballots, we have filed a lawsuit. The lawsuit actually required that when these mail-in ballots that are highly suspicious anyway, this form of balloting has always been considered the most prone to fraud. That's according to the New York Times when it didn't apply to candidate President Trump. Well, we were supposed to be allowed by law to observe the counting of the ballots. Now, observe means, to any intelligent person, being able to look at it. The way it's interpreted by the Democrat crooked machine of Philadelphia is that the observers can be 20 or 30 feet away, never able to see the ballot itself, never able to see if it was properly postmarked, properly addressed, properly signed on the outside. All the things that often lead to disqualification of ballots or make it very easy to dump 50,000 totally fraudulent ballots because they're not observed. This went on for 20 hours. While all of you thought there was some kind of legitimate count going on here in Philadelphia, it was totally illegitimate. So we went back to court, and we went before a Democrat judge. No need to tell you what the result in Philadelphia is if you're before a Democrat judge. Obviously a political hack who doesn't know the meaning of the word observe. Observe means to be able to look. Not a single Republican has been able to look at any one of these mail ballots. They could be from Mars, as far as we're concerned, or they could be from the Democratic National Committee. Joe Biden could have voted 50 times, as far as we know, or 5,000 times. The ballots could be from Camden. Philadelphia, unfortunately, and I would say this about my own city, has a reputation for voter fraud. You have a reputation for dead people voting, and we're going to go look at just how many dead people voted here. I didn't think we'd have to do that, but we will. And you have a reputation for people being bussed in from Camden voting here. Wouldn't be the first time that happened. But this goes way beyond any of that. And let me also add that this isn't happening just here. We have exactly the same lawsuit in Wisconsin, where exactly the same thing happened. Except in Wisconsin, mysteriously at 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning, about 120,000 ballots appeared. Oh, here come these ballots. Well, we have no idea if they really are ballots. We have no idea if they're signed, if they're postmarked properly, if it isn't just the same person who submitted 100,000 ballots and they all got counted. This is the way they intend to win. Now I'm informed by former Congressman Sweeney, who's been going around the country collecting this information, that similar situation in Arizona, similar situation in Nevada, and a similar situation, what am I missing, John? Where are you? In Michigan, in Detroit, Michigan. Again, let me be specific what it is. This whole new thing that never happened before in our country, these mail-in ballots, which has been a cause of real concern for everyone because they can easily be fraudulent. Well, one of the things that the law attaches to that is the right for both parties to observe the ballot, the way we do with absentee ballots. You make certain it's properly signed. On the outside, there's a signature. You make sure that it's properly postmarked. You make sure that it's properly addressed, and then you pass on it. A number of these are often challenged by the Democrat representative or the Republican representative. We never got a chance to look at a single one of them. The gentleman here who did this for us says about 100,000 ballots went through that process in the 20-plus hours in which they wasted his time by not allowing him to see a single ballot. Well, that's 120,000 ballots that should just be taken out of the count. So you want to look at that number, that 120,000 should come out. And this is an area in which Biden is getting 60, 70% of the vote. I don't know if this is going on any other place, but it is going on in enough frequency in Wisconsin that we've brought suit, and now we'll have to look into 3 other places. What it says to me is this is a concerted effort of the crooks to run the Democrat Party. And you know these big city machines are crooked. You know that. 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 100 years of one-party rule leads to corruption of all kinds. Voter fraud is one of the biggest because that's how you keep your power. But we're not going to let them get away with it. They're not going to steal this election. This election gets decided by the people. These people, the elite, they don't care about the people. The people are the deplorables, the chumps. They're not important. To President Trump, he's the whole reason that he ran for office. And he's the whole reason for which he's carrying on this campaign, so that your vote can mean something, so that your vote doesn't get wiped out by 100,000 fraudulent, meaningless paper ballots that no one gets to observe. So we are going to continue the lawsuit here. We're going to bring a second one, and then we're going to bring a federal lawsuit. And we're going to take a very good look at whether we bring this nationally. We certainly are going to bring it here and in Wisconsin. Quite possibly, we'll do a national lawsuit and really expose the corruption of the Democrat Party. But this is beyond anything I've ever seen before. This comes when you think you have so much power and you own the media that you can do anything you want. Well, sorry, we're going to fight for the people. We're going to vindicate their right. And the ultimate result is President Trump has won Pennsylvania. I've never heard of a count where you're ahead by 400,000 with 80+% counted, and they haven't called it for you yet. They called California the moment the polls closed. How many votes do you have to be ahead to win, for a Republican to win here? How many votes do we have to be ahead? 400,000 is not enough? With 80+% counted, I think there's only 14% of the vote to go. Do you think we're stupid? You think we're fools? You know something? The Democrats do think you're stupid, and they do think you're fools, and that's why you get called deplorable and chumps. It's over. We're going to stick with this. We're going to win this election. We've actually won it. Just a matter of counting the votes fairly. So I'd like to ask the former Attorney General of Florida, Pam Bondi, to explain what's been going on at the polling places, which is just as dastardly and just as criminal.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. And as Eric Trump said, we are thrilled to have won Pennsylvania with 87% of the vote in, and we're up almost 400,000 votes. So we're thrilled. And you ask, well, why do we care about the rest of the votes? Because it is about the integrity of this election. And every vote, as Mayor Giuliani said, in every state must be counted fairly. What we have seen, and we have a video of it that we will release to you, they put up, it looks like a police barricade all the way around the perimeter, and they are keeping our poll watchers back approximately 30 feet, at least 30 feet. You can judge for yourselves. They would not let them look any further. There is a gentleman there by the name of Seth Bluestein, who is an assistant to a city commissioner, and he is wearing a badge the size of a baseball. And as far as I know, he's not a sworn law enforcement officer. So it looks like intimidation to me, with a police barricade and a man wearing a huge badge around his neck. He told them they can't come any closer. He said the reason was because of they can't interfere with the process, and then something about COVID. Well, we all know at the polls, you have to stay 6 feet apart. Our poll watchers have no problem with staying 6 feet away, yet they weren't allowed to do this. So we're going to release that video to you because then they also had binoculars. Our poll watchers brought out a pair of binoculars. They were shut down on the binoculars, but then they were told, well, okay, you can use the binoculars. So that's a concession that we are allowed to observe the ballots. Yet clearly when you see how big the room is, you cannot see every ballot. You can only see with the binoculars the ones that are closest to you. So that's a concession by them, and they're still not letting us see this. So we need to fix this. We need to remedy this now because we've won Pennsylvania, and we want every vote to be counted in a fair way. Thank you, and I'd like to introduce Corey Lewandowski.
General Bondi and I will be here for the remainder until you all realize that President Trump has won this state. We have now officially declared the state of Pennsylvania Trump country. Until the last vote is counted, General Bondi and I will be here. I'm sure we'll be in constant communication with you. We will be releasing that video shortly, and we appreciate your time. There'll be no questions today. Thank you very much.
Jeremy? This is a gentleman, I'll have him introduce himself. This is a gentleman who volunteered 2 days of his time in order to do a civic duty and was obstructed in a horrible way by the crooked Democrat machine of Philadelphia. which really has been around so long. It's a shame.
Hi, thank you, Mayor. Jeremy Mercer, and I was at the polls or at the pre-canvass yesterday from 7 a.m. until just after midnight. Back again this morning, just before 8 a.m. until around 2:30, and as has been described very well, we're there, supposedly observing, but we can't see. We're further away than I am from you all here. At least 100 feet away from open ballots that go back out of our sight. We can't see them. We don't know what's happening to them. It's just, there's no way for us to meaningfully observe the process from where they have us.
Could you tell us how many ballots approximately went through that process that you had no chance to observe?
Based on the counts that we've heard, it's about 125,000, maybe more.
Well, so that should be deducted from the count. Those are ballots that were counted in violation of the law without an observation. And since this is a novel procedure, this mail-in thing, observation is particularly important to satisfy the possibility that you can defraud. This isn't as if you come in and show an identification. So that's what we're going to be seeking here and in Wisconsin, and quite possibly nationally, if there's as much evidence in Arizona and Nevada and Michigan.
Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
I forgot this. Sorry.
All right, guys. Here's the next clip. Have you seen this one? I'm gonna put the clip.
Tell us where you work.
I work in the Traverse City Post Office, more specifically the Barlow branch.
Your boss told you and your colleagues something that shocked you this morning. What was it?
We were issued a directive this morning to collect any ballots we find in mailboxes, collection boxes, just outgoing mail in general, separate them at the end of the day so that they could hand stamp them with the previous day's date. Today is November 4th, for clarification.
Who is your boss, and what is his title?
Jonathan would be a direct supervisor, yes. As of right now, he is the opening supervisor for the Barlow branch post office. So and this is anecdotal, carrier down in another office said they watched the postmaster doing it. If it were just a typical day, it would be clerks doing it up at the distribution center.
So 8 p.m. election day, November 3rd. The Court of Appeals ruled ballots have to be received by that time. And what were you told?
To separate them today so they could mark them with yesterday's date and send them through the express system to wherever they needed to go.
This appears to be an attempt to circumvent Michigan law and allow late votes. And you said there was a hamper where letter carriers were supposed to leave their ballots. Where are the ballots now?
They were putting them into express bags to go to the distribution center. In regards to a hamper, there was a standard hamper that all letter mail is supposed to go to, and they had a tub next to it that we were supposed to put any ballots collected today into.
Yes. What made you come forward?
That's sketchy. Like sketchy, it screams corruption. Also knowing the post office's leanings politically, it didn't seem quite right.
What is your message to other postal workers who see things like this?
Report it. How are we supposed to have any integrity in this country if we are just going to let things slide based on a scaling issue?
Are you afraid of retaliation against you?
I've had whistleblower policies backfire on me in the past, so yes.
We'll have to reach out to Jonathan Clark for comment.
Hey, is this Jonathan?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a reporter with Project Veritas, James O'Keefe here, and I have information that you guys have been stamping ballots with the previous date, November 3rd. He just hung up the phone on me. He just hung up the phone on me. Huge update. Project Veritas, we just got contacted by the Office of the Inspector General, who is aware of this video
history when she was nominated as the first black woman on the US presidential ticket for a major party. But there are still doubts about whether she'll be able to win.
Shit. Sorry, guys. I'll do it again. Sorry. Apologize. Last clip.
Huge update. Project Veritas, we just got contacted by the Office of the Inspector General, who is aware of this video inside the post office in Michigan, and the whistleblower, who is showing how the ballots were backdated to November 3rd, even though they were accepted November 4th. Huge update. The Inspector General tells us they're aware of this. It falls under their jurisdiction. They're assessing whether to investigate. This whistleblower in Michigan is a patriot and a hero. He doesn't fear retaliation. He cares more about his country and what they're doing illegally there in Michigan, counting the votes illegally, and he cares about his own well-being and safety. And there's many more like him. And we want you guys to come forward, the honest post office workers, the honest poll workers, whoever you are, wherever you are. You're the ones who can make the difference. You can't rely upon anyone else. Contact us. VeritasTips@protonmail.com. Be brave. Do something.
All right, guys. that's the end of the clips for today. How you guys doing? Let me open up the Skype so I can take some calls. It's so funny. Brooke was like, I heard you typing. I'm sorry. I was like, I'll type a little quieter. But, yeah, man, this is a straight-up coup d'etat attempt, I believe. Okay. Gotta close some of these windows. I know y'all want... Hold on. Let me see. All right. Let me open up the Skype and I can start taking some calls. Probably be on for about an hour and a half. And then I gotta bounce. I gotta do laundry today. It's laundry day today. I gotta clean my dirty clothes. I have a lot of errands to do today, so. Come on. All right, 512-481-7464. I'm going to, let me type. Okay. Let me, hold on. My channel, my studio. 512-481-7464. I'll just tell you that I accidentally closed the window where I could put in the chat, so I have to reopen it up, and then I can pin the number to the top. But I know you guys want to talk today. I know you guys have something to say about this stuff. I know. So as far as I heard, they're doing recounts in Michigan, Wisconsin. They're suing in Pennsylvania, which I guess that means they're going to do a recount in Georgia. My friend was saying even in Nevada that they're going to flip. I think they what they should do is they should make this federal, because they literally tried to take the whole country. You know, it's not just. I really hope that they don't just concentrate on those states. I hope they concentrate on all the states, and I'm pretty confident if they do, then they're going to expose corruption and fraud and like worldwide. Hold on, 512-481-7464. Oh, 7464. And I know 7464. I know that. There it is. It's at the top. 512-417. It's at the top. I know that he even had more support in California than they're letting on. So I'm like, really, for real, dudes, for really reals on the real. I don't believe that. We know the mainstream media lies. We know that they're complicit. You know, we know all of this stuff. So look at this. Let me show you this while we were waiting for some calls to come in. So I was looking at the look at this is the political map. They won't budge, okay? And technically, Biden, according to their fake, election fraud, is pretty close. But then you go to this is the New York Post, right? They're still saying that these states aren't called, but New York Post is already calling these states, and they're saying he just needs Nevada to win. So they haven't even pulled back. This is some bullshit. Wait, come on, answer the phone. I'm answering. Hello, who is this? Is
this Truth or Talk?
Yeah.
YouTube?
Yeah, who's this?
Oh, my name is Matthew Johnson. I'm subscribed to your YouTube channel, and when I get a chance to watch your videos, I just want to say I love your videos.
Oh, thank you.
And, thank you for what you bring. I think you were streaming with Red Pill Rage the other day, right?
Yeah, that's my homie.
Yeah, I have her number too. Me and her talk. I don't really do a lot of live videos and whatnot myself, but I definitely observe a lot too. And I love how we're talking about the election right here. As a matter of fact, I'm actually talking with some people about some stuff, and they're telling me things that you will never hear the media talk about.
Oh my God,
about
tell
how
it.
we're going to crack down on this election fraud.
What do you think? Tell me. Tell it. I'm ready.
Well, I'll say this. I don't want to say too much, but I'll say this. One of my newest friends actually works for Homeland Security Intelligence.
Mm.
Yeah. So, like, she's talking about a lot of really deep state stuff that's going on here.
Yeah.
Deep state.
It's obvious. I'm not even like, you saying that? Yeah. I'm not going to be like, oh, really? Is that really? No, I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, I know. I get it. You know what I mean? I see. This is like, we're at the apex of the war, the apex, right? We're at the climax.
Like, she was also telling me how the real truth for the wall that Trump won't tell anybody is basically this. It's to avoid an outside invasion, which they're worried about. But of course, he's not going to say that publicly, because if he does, it's going to cause it can cause an extreme panic attack amongst the general populace.
Oh, of course. And it's like, even when they were saying, like, you know, they have him on the video saying, oh, I didn't want to panic the public. Yeah, that's what a good president does. They try not to cause panic and try and figure out to fix it another way, because the panic itself
and then, of course, you got
destruction.
The crooked media who basically works for all those goons. You know, of course, they're trying to undermine it. And, of course, all they care about is ratings, and they don't care what kind of unethical fake news they got to put out there to get the ratings. They can care less about that.
Yeah, I know. They don't care, because they're all compliant. They're all, you know, implicated in all of this. A lot of them have been to Epstein's islands. A lot of them have covered up for loose people. A lot of them are Hollywood.
Absolutely.
A lot of them are, you know, they've brainwashed the public. That's a crime against humanity.
That's exactly, and I actually call that a crime against humanity. I really do.
It is, because look at our families. Look,
I mean, I served in the Navy from 1999 to 2005, and I'll be damned if this is what I served for. I'll be damned.
Thank you. That's awesome. Like, did you join the Navy? Is your family in the military, or did you join it, you know, individually?
No, to tell you the truth, well, my grandfather was in the Army. He joined it during World War II, and he got out just before Korea.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, I was the only one to really serve. And to tell you the truth, I was born in a small town in Pennsylvania, just south of Altoona, right in central Pennsylvania. And I more or less joined the Navy at age 20 back in 1999, more or less to get out of there, because they're just, at the time, there was no future there. I needed to do something with my life, and, you know, I had just broken up with my girlfriend. I'm like, there's nothing keeping me here, so I joined the Navy at the time.
You know, it's funny, because when I was younger, you know, I did kind of have that leftist mentality, but like, oh, the military sucks, but like, look at all the wars that they've caused, but I'm glad I got the piece of the puzzle that most people I feel are missing, and that piece of the puzzle is just like the globalist control, because most people don't join the military because they want to go and destroy other countries, and then on top of that,
to tell you the truth, here's what we get: we get offered the GI Bill. More people do it, more so, I'd say, for the college money and the fact that you got a guaranteed paycheck and medical and dental.
Yeah.
That's the biggest reason a lot of people join.
Yeah, and I realize that now. Like, I'm sorry if I ever, you know, said anything bad about the military when I was younger, but because of that. But I get that. And they also, you know, people want to travel, or they want to get out their towns like you did. Like, they feel like they're just at a dead end, and they're just like, well, if I go to military, and plus I think it's that camaraderie. You know, I was in Cadet Corps when I was younger.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. Like, when I was I didn't see, like, I was in the Navy, and when you're out there on the ship, camaraderie, to tell you the truth, you got so much gossiping about each other. It's really like being in jail and getting paid for it.
Oh,
it
no.
Really is.
Oh,
As a matter of fact, check this out. I heard this almost 20 years ago. That, and we were just kind of, me and my guys at the time were just shooting the breeze. We had basically, one guy brought up the fact that somebody somewhere, I guess, on the media or something, and you got to remember, this is like 2000, 2001 that I heard this. Somebody said, that somebody mentioned that maybe they ought to put all the federal convicted felons out on an aircraft carrier. Well, apparently somebody else said, well, that would be considered inhuman living conditions for them. So what the hell does that tell you?
Yeah, I know.
So
I
in
know.
other words,
Wow.
they're basically saying that us Navy guys and girls that are active duty Navy, we have it worse than somebody serving in federal prison when we're out there on that ship.
Wow, I know. It's weird. Well, you know what though? I mean, we're all humans. And
You hear stuff like that, you just all of a sudden feel so betrayed and so stabbed in the back. I'll tell you.
Yeah, and a lot of these people are young, and and then a lot of people, a lot of Navy or a lot of military people are vaccine injured. But it's so messed up is that like I've had people write me, and
I came back with severe depression and anxiety, and I still got it. I'll be honest with you.
Well,
at age 42, I still got it.
Well, it's interesting though, because I had this friend that went into the military, and he was telling me that he as soon as he got his vaccines, he got brain damage. I have another friend that has MS from being in the Army, and because of
we had to have smallpox. I remember on the USS Enterprise, that was our deployment between 2003 and 2004. We got smallpox vaccines and all kinds of stuff.
Well, yeah,
I was sick for a day
in my research with the smallpox vaccines, they actually were planning a larger scale program for the public. But the lie is that this is the what do you call it? The cover story or the official story is that we don't give smallpox vaccines because we eradicated smallpox, but that's bullshit. What really happened was there were too many people that were getting infected on a large scale. So they had to stop, and they only give it to like the military. And then, but you sign your rights
that's
away.
what they do. They basically use the military as laboratory rats for,
it's true, for
testing
everything.
experiments.
Yeah, they do. It's
They're like, before we release this to the general public, let's test this on the military.
Yeah, you know why? Because it's sad, and you sign away your rights. So not only the military, but they experiment on homeless people, on orphans, and on mentally ill people, because those are people. And I mean, aside from the military, you've signed away your rights.
It's all about crowd control.
Yeah, and it's like those people, the groups of people I just named, the homeless, orphans, mentally ill. They don't have anybody to really fight for them. So if once they're in the facility, they can do whatever they want. If something they go crazy, or they talk about it.
I mean, just like when veterans go to the VA and all they do is give us a bunch of pills to cope with our problems. Well,
totally.
I can tell you right now, the antidepressant medication they give me, it don't do squat for me.
Oh, have you ever tried alternative therapies? Like, have you tried, I mean, I'm not a doctor.
Believe me, I'm always telling them, look, can't I just have somebody to talk to? Oh, we don't have those resources available.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God.
No, I'm not.
No, I know you're not.
I'm in downtown LA, and they tell me that all the time. I'm like, okay, as well funded as the VA is out here, you're seriously, honestly looking me in the eyes and telling me you don't have this. I'm not buying this shit.
Yeah.
But yet we got money to pay for all this other bullshit that's out here.
Yeah, I know. It must be really I mean, I don't know what you're going through, but I can just imagine your frustration and.
Believe me, I live my life feeling, I try to be happy sometimes, but I'll tell you, the anger is there. Just seeing how we're just used. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, and then people, I don't even like it when people tell me thank you for your service, because to me it's just words. Show me you're thankful. Otherwise, don't say anything.
Did I say that? I almost said that, and then I stopped myself. Because I don't know.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. I'm talking about people that work at the VA and a lot of these businesses. I'm talking about those people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because it's like this program, right? It's not even like sincere. It's like, oh, military person. Okay, say thank you for your service. Oh, okay.
Well,
it's like when the I was on a lot of health freedom and vaccine forums, Vaccine
I
forms.
hope you don't mind me asking, what state are you in? I'm actually in downtown Los Angeles.
I'm in Texas, but I was born and raised
Oh,
in
in
LA,
Texas.
in California. I'm a
Oh, hey, Texas is a great state.
Yeah,
Thank God it stayed red
I'm a
despite all the voter
I know,
fraud.
man. I'm a California refugee, but I wanted to say, like, it was funny because, like, when I would go into these vaccine forums and stuff, people would be like, "Oh yeah, my kid was injured by vaccines," and then there would be these people that would be like, "Sorry about your kid, but I'm like, it's the same shit basically." I'm comparing it when people say, "Thank you for your service."
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, you don't give a
Pretty
shit
much.
about my service. You just you were
No, they
programmed to
don't.
say that. Like these people don't care about people that get injured by vaccines or any other stuff. They don't care. They don't care.
Just like they say abortion is a woman's right. Excuse me.
Yeah.
It's murder. Okay.
Yeah.
See, now I will say this: abortion. Now, if a woman's raped, okay, I understand. Believe me. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll never be a woman. I'll certainly never be a pregnant woman, but I can totally understand a woman that was raped not wanting to have a baby.
Yeah, but that's less than 1% of abortions. It's not even like
exactly, and even further than that, if a woman, if conceiving a child is going to put herself and the baby at risk anyway, okay, I understand.
Okay.
Other than that, go ahead. I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, but I'm just like I even worry. I ever wonder when people even say that. If that's
right,
that's very
but I
too,
mean,
it
it should take a special doctor's diagnosis, of course. But I'll say this: for the most part, it's just cosmetic surgery. Let's face the facts.
Yeah. Well,
it's taxpayer-funded cosmetic surgery.
I think they should at least start with defunding Planned Parenthood. I don't think it should be federally funded. For sure.
And you know what? These people saying, "Oh, it's my right," and I'm like, "Well, guess what? It should be my right as a taxpayer not to pay for that."
Yeah.
If you want to do such an evil practice, pay for it with your own damn money.
Yeah, exactly. And
don't be sitting here demanding that the rest of us tax-paying citizens pay your bill for you. No, your cosmetic surgery bill, mind you.
Yeah, but you know what's funny too? It's funny not funny, weird, right? But it's like I was talking with my friend that I had on earlier today in the beginning, but we were talking about how the men, like I've known of quite a few men now whose wives or girlfriends have had abortions without their consent, and it just like destroyed them. And they just want to make it like men don't have a choice, and it's not their choice. They don't have feelings, and they're not allowed to care about their own kids. It's really fucked up. It's really
and we can trace all that back to the mentality started in 1964 when Lyndon B. Johnson signed that monstrous piece of legislation in office that basically, that started the welfare state and got the man out of the house. Like, look at how women can have as many kids as they want, taxpayer money will pay for it, but they're not allowed to get married.
Yeah, that's insane.
It just, the whole thing was designed to destroy, people say it was for the black community. I totally agree with that, but I will say this, it's also not just limited to the black family.
Yeah.
It's for everybody. This whole thing, they want to destroy the American populace in general. They want us all to be dependent on the government.
But I would just, I'm commenting just from my observations living in a black community as a black person. But I was talking about this the other day, too, with some of my friends. It's like they target each racial group in a different way. They're all trying to destroy us, but we're targeted in different angles at a different way. But it really just leads to destruction of humanity and control of humanity.
Right? It does.
Yeah.
They start with one group and move to another.
And then in order to keep the divide and conquer going, you have to make it appear that one group is more privileged than the other one.
And that's exactly what the Democrat Party does.
Yeah.
I haven't heard one group of Republicans, any of them, talk about this race or that race. We talk about all races combined and united. That's what conservatives do.
Yeah, Yes, but I mean, just to be honest, I think that there's still conservatives that are racist, because that's the thing that really pisses me off too. If I
believe it too, and there's certainly Democrats that are racist.
Oh, for sure, but because human beings are racist. I'm racist. Everybody has a little bit of that in them too. But the thing that really frustrates me about the conservatives, they want to pretend like racism doesn't exist. And I don't like cry and scream.
It definitely exists. No doubt about it.
Yeah. But I mean, the people that I've noticed more so on it's like, I heard Dr. Shiva, I don't know if you follow him, but he said it perfectly. He says, the left thinks they own racism and the right wants to pretend that racism doesn't exist. And it's like, even, if you watch this channel, you would know that I don't play the race card. I don't cry and scream about racism, everything. Right. But I did bring up like a story like a couple weeks ago about something I experienced in high school, and I thought it was a racist situation. And I actually had people like jump on me and be like, "Oh, you sound like a leftist." I was like, motherfuckers, like, I have experienced racism, but I don't think everything is racism. I think there are people too that think racism is like hiding under every rock, around every corner. Yeah. Like this one guy or my friend.
And what I've observed, just in my basic observation, we all talk about systemic racism. Why say this? Why don't we just rebel against the system and create our own system?
Well, I think we're kind of in a process after all this too. I think this is, it's going to take steps, and it's not going to happen overnight.
But I'm just saying, do you ever hear anybody talking publicly about stuff like that?
No.
That's the point I'm making.
And I have a
no,
friend,
we don't.
And I have a friend that we were talking yesterday, and he's just like, we should just do away with political parties and just have candidates. And then
I'll tell you what, check this out. I'm a movie script writer, or at least I'm starting to become one. I wrote a script about, basically, it's called Russell Harris. The whole movie is going to be a guy doing a podcast, and it's about getting rid of the two political parties. I created what's called have we ever heard of an independent extremist? No, we haven't. So I'm basically creating something new that I think everybody, regardless of party, can get behind and enjoy. And I'm hoping it can also open the eyes of some people, because it in the movie, and it's a fiction movie and it's meant for entertainment, but just like other movies, mostly James Cameron movies, it's kind of got a subliminal message in it. But most movies, even for entertainment, do for that.
No, but you know what? That's brilliant, because this is how you get your ideas out into the head of the people. Even like with, people that wrote Brave New World in 1984, those were narratives, but it infiltrates the subconscious. So you have to this is why art is important. It's a way to communicate with people of all races, all cultures.
And that's how I ended up in California to begin with, because I'm naturally creative. I came out here almost 10 years ago, and I studied script writing.
I did too.
I've just been developing myself ever since.
I actually, have you read Save the Cat?
No, I haven't actually.
Have you heard of it though? If you're a script writer, right? That's the book that everybody, the formula that everybody follows.
Well, to tell you the truth, I actually got my formula ideas from going to New York Film Academy up in Burbank.
Oh,
and I kept my notes. I kept all my notes from class, and I keep applying them.
Yeah.
And what I do then, I also watch a lot of movies very closely, and I watch them several times, and I study the screenwriting elements in them from one to another.
Yeah.
And that's how I've been doing it all this time. So I started off in school, but more or less I'm more self-taught than anything now.
Got you. You know what though? That's great, and as you know, Hollywood is very leftist. So, to get movies made, you gotta find your tribe, and you gotta find like-minded people, and you gotta find people.
To tell you the truth, I was talking with an executive producer last night that worked on Titanic, directed by James Cameron, and it has Leonardo DiCaprio in it.
Yeah, I know James Cameron.
Now he's very far left, but at the same time, I just don't discuss politics with him, but guess what? He likes me and he wants to build me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just met the other day. Here's what you do. Look at how the left all this time basically joined in with conservatives back in the day, and they built themselves up to the hierarchy they are now.
Yeah.
We conservatives now have to do the same thing. I'm sorry, sometimes you got to go in the lion's den and sleep with the lions.
Yeah. No, but you know what? Maybe that guy's a good guy, and maybe he'll reevaluate his thinking, and maybe he's not so bad. But I'm just saying generally, because everything is just so crazy right now. Everything is very extreme. You know, you also, and people that I know that are successful too, whether even if they are leftists working in a leftist den, you still have to just it's so competitive and stuff. It's about who you know, and you have to build your,
and
you have
it
to
all
find your
boils down
tribe.
to, see, I just obey the golden rules of workplace. In the workplace, you don't discuss religion and politics.
Yeah, for sure.
Simple as that.
For sure. But I'm just saying,
And that's what I do.
Find your tribe, no matter what, find your tribe and
because guess what? When we go to work, we're working with people that got different opinions about us, about different things. But guess what? We got a job to do.
And at the end of the day,
that's the attitude I go in with.
Dude, and at the end of the day, we all pretty much want the same things. That's what's crazy. That's why I'm always on the media and talking about how evil it is. And how they are, because they basically just ripped, put a chasm between, everybody in our society by the lies that they're telling, But at the end of the day, most people want, they want, what am I trying to think? We just want a place to live. We want to be able to survive and
all I want to be able to do is live my life, be able to pay my bills.
Exactly.
And more or less, I want to be left alone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
And most people want that.
That's most people, but yet the media, they have an agenda.
Yeah,
that's
for
the problem.
Well, I mean, it all ties in with the globalism and all the people that want to run the country and, and their agendas and stuff. So they're all working together. The media doesn't have to be like that. The media, there are some honest reporters out there. You have Ben Swan, Cheryl Atkins, Glenn Greenwald, Amber Lyon. Who else? I mean, there are probably some more, that I can
as far as mainstream, going to Fox News now with what's going on, I only really listen now to Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity.
I like Laura Ingraham too. I think she's legit, and I think she's really.
I like her too.
Yeah,
and if I get to see Judge Janine, I like to listen to her also.
Yeah, she's my spirit animal, girl. I want to be like her when I'm like that old. I love it. She does not take any shit. I love it, and she's super smart and super sharp. I love her too. Yeah.
And by the way, also, here's another thing that I see we as conservatives need to do. I'm actually taking some courses online on a website called Udemy. I'm learning artificial intelligence.
Oh, wow.
I'm actually planning on creating a new social media platform right now, and I've already registered a domain name for it, but it's going to be a while because here's the thing. A social media platform where you're uploading content, you have to have a lot of servers. Yeah. That takes a lot of money.
Yeah, I know.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch one thing first, get it making me some money. Then I'm going to launch that social media platform later on when I've got some money established.
I love you, Matthew. You got a plan, man. I love it. And well, keep me in touch and let me know what's going on. I actually have a course on Udemy too, but it's for
Now that I got your phone number, I'm also keeping red pills, and please keep mine as well. Please.
I got what was I going to say? I actually have a course on Udemy, but it's for ESL. It's for ESL students. So so I know Udemy. Yeah. That's a good platform too. It's great.
And you see the platform, it's going to be open to anybody. Yeah. Yes, people from the left also, because you have to be neutral, but there will be no censoring or any of that other shit. It will not be allowed.
And you know what? When people sign up, you should have them sign, be like, if you get butthurt about something too bad, you can't we're not responsible
for
your
your rights. That's too fucking bad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm like, you don't have to watch it, okay? But you don't have to destroy people's lives.
And you know what? I think we'll have even a rating system. To be honest with you, I believe in freedom. Okay, I don't even see why we can't even have even a little sexually explicit material on there, but you have to sign that you're 18 and older and stuff like that. See, the whole idea is non-censorship.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Of course, just like we have a rating system, we got rated G, PG, PG-13, rated R, and NC-17, and of course we got the porn industry. But that's why we have a ratings system.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's very smart. Yeah.
So I figure
smart.
I'll have my own rating system. Like when people start a platform and they upload content, we'll have to say, what's this rated? You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. That's smart. Well, you know what? Good luck with everything. Let me start taking a few more calls. And thanks for calling in. And we're gonna, you know, I'm confident that it's gonna turn out okay.
Keep my phone number. I'll send you text messages here and there too.
Well, this is my business. Yeah, okay. All right. Thanks. All right. I'll text you later. Bye bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye. 512-481-7464. 512-481-7464. So all the clips that I played, let me see if I can do that now. Can I update it now? I might be able to update it now. And then I can I just put this in the description section. So if I can put it in now, you guys can refresh. I put the Breitbart list of hate crimes that they have. I put my friend's Inonge's website up there. I put the Bevlyn Beatty interview and Giuliani and Project Veritas. That should all be in there. If it's not, then let me know. Oh yeah, I just wanted to give you an update with I just want to let you guys know what's going on with my crowdfunding. I think I'm gonna change a few things about it. I just want to let you guys know. Here we go. Wait 1 second. How do I turn on the If you're gonna call, just give me a minute. Anybody, just don't call yet. All right. Wait. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, I am going to relaunch it. Thank you for everybody that donated. I will give you your perks. I'm gonna give you your perks still. You still get your perks. I'm gonna wait a few weeks and I'm gonna relaunch it because I think that everybody's mind is so on the election. I also think that the number is a little bit too big for people to wrap their head around because it's an album and a film project. And I think when people see the amount of money, they're like, damn, that's a lot of money. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to fund for the album and then try and raise money individually to finish the music videos or the film. Because I'm too many people are like kind of confused about like, oh, and then I think if they see like, you know, and I break it down, I write, you know, my plan and everything, but I think I'm gonna lower the goal amount, and then if we surpass the goal amount, then I can use whatever that money is to start funding the music videos or the film. Because I think people are freaking out because of the election. I think the number's too big. The people that already donated, I'm still going to take that money. I have a bank account. I have an LLC and have a bank account. It's all business related. So I'm going to put that money in a bank account and put it towards whatever I'm going to raise. So your donation still counts. And like I said, you'll get your perks. But I knew that I was taking a risk by launching it now. You know, part of me was like, well, maybe somebody needs something positive among what's going on, but it's just too intense right now. And I honestly myself, I can't even focus on this because it's so intense with the election. Like everybody's like, it's just everything that feels like it's on pause, it's on hold. And the thing is, I tried to take it down, but it won't let me take it down. Since if you launch a campaign, and this is just, you know, I guess notes for anybody that wants to launch a campaign in the future, you can't take it down. I guess once it's live, it's done. So it's expected to run until December 15th. So I think what I'm going to do is just relaunch another campaign with a smaller budget goal at that time. And I'm just repeating myself, I know, but what I'm going to do, the people that donated, thank you so much. Even if it was $5, $2, it means so much to me. I'm going to take that money, I'm going to put it aside, like I said, in a bank account, because I have a bank account set up for the donations and everything. And then I'm just going to relaunch. And I think it will be better. I think I'll, come up with a number that's way smaller, that's easier for people to wrap their head around. And I think I'll have better success that way. And I'll launch it after we get this whole election issue resolved. So, but like I said, it's up there. I'm like, I can't start over. I gotta let it run. So if you still want to donate, if you still think about donate, people that have donated or whatever, if you want to donate, I'll just still take that money, and I still have to pay, Indiegogo gets a percentage of that, and I also have to pay for the transaction fees. But whatever money I have left over, I'm just going to put that money aside, and your contribution would still count. So don't worry, I appreciate it. And this is, how do you do that? Okay, that's, what do you call it? That's, darn it. That's, what do you call it? That's, damn it, okay. What do you call it? You live and learn, right? You live and learn. So it's cool. I just want you to do that. Hold on. Let me see. So there you go. Alrighty. So we'll just work it that way. So is there anybody who wants to call? 512-481-7464. 512-481-7464. 512-481-7164. Anybody? Everybody's at work. Am I still typing really loud, Brooke? Brooke was like, are you a bat, Brooke? You have really sensitive hearing? Am I really typing loud, too loud? Oh, shalom. Got laundry and cooking to get done so my weekend can be free. Dude, I hear you. I'm about to do laundry in an hour. I actually drive out of Austin to do my laundry because the apartment building that I live, their laundry machines are always shit. My clothes are never dry. The laundry rooms are always dirty. The kids always pull the knobs off of the laundry machine. And, I was just getting stressed out doing my laundry because I'd always have to do my laundry like twice, the same load twice, because they were never dry or they weren't clean or the machine would break and my clothes would be soaking wet and then have to wring out my clothes because the laundry machine didn't drain. So I go to a laundromat that's super clean. They don't hassle me about wearing a mask, and they have Wi-Fi. So I like going there. So yeah. So yeah. Oh, you're sending it. Oh yeah, that's right. But you know what? Yeah. So I hope that makes sense. I'm still really flattered and honored by your contributions. I'm just gonna have to reconfigure things. I was maybe trying to do too much at once, but the album is gonna happen either way. I would really like to have something to get started on. That would really help me out. And like I said, I've still got to pay other people. Hold on one second, caller. Let me just finish my thought. Okay. I still have to pay other people out. It's still not all directly going to me, but I also have to have a number. I have to have a goal, I think, that's attainable and not like mix everything up and make it so overwhelming for people. So, all right. So anybody if you're sending me anything in the mail, cash wise, I would definitely put that in the bank account and put that towards that as well. So anyway, hello, who's this?
What's up? How you doing? This is Mustafa, the Street Scholar. How you feeling?
What's up, Mustafa? You sound like really. How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you this. Like in the beginning, I wasn't like really like a pro-Trump person or whatever. But after seeing how the deep state, with the establishment, how they just completely tried to quote unquote like not screw everybody. Yeah. Man, this is ridiculous. Like honestly, like think about this. And the same people that are saying we need to keep counting in Pennsylvania they also want them to stop counting in Arizona. Fox News called Arizona with only like 40% in.
Yeah, there's all kinds of like scumfuckery going on right now. Like no joke. Are you in Arizona?
No. I'm actually in St. Louis, but I'm actually moving to Dallas in like a few weeks.
All right.
And and another thing too, why is no one talking about that Trump got like, I think like about 13% of the black vote? They're keeping that hush.
Oh, because they wanna because they think they own us. I was looking at. Do you watch Magnificent? I tuned into his channel for a minute, and he said that like how they wanted the felons to vote, and the Democrats thought the felons were going to vote, and he said he knew 2 people personally that contacted him, and they're like, man, I'm a big fan of your channel. You're amazing. Blah blah blah. He goes, I'm a felon or whatever, and I'm going to vote for Trump. Like he had 2 people that were felons, convicted felons that turned their life around, and they're going to vote for the first time, and they're voting for Trump. They don't want you to know. They think they fucking own, like we're their damn pets or something.
Right, and like I say, the most amazing part about all of this is after all of the shenanigans they tried, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trump's percentage with the Latino vote went up, with the black vote went up,
mm-hmm.
with the Jewish vote went up, with all the people they tried to think
all the races, yeah, and gays too. Yes, they don't want to say that, but I'm just like looking at a lot of this, man. This is just like we're officially in a banana republic, man. When you look at what's going on with the different tech companies, mm-hmm.
and people have to realize is when you talk about deep state and the establishment, it's not just Democrats. There are also some of those Romney-type Republicans that are also involved in trying to fuck Trump out of this election, too. So people have to realize the establishment is not really a party, man. It's a system. It's a group of people that want to fuck everybody over.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is.
I have to work. I'm going to continue to listen to you. I have to come outside real quick to make this
call.
Oh,
you're so sweet. Thank you. Well, you know what? I feel like it might take a few weeks. It looks like it's going to take weeks because they're going to have to challenge the whole country. It's not just those few states. I bet you it's going to open up and they'll be like, oh, and we're going to find out that he won by more. Because even remember the first time he won and Jill Stein tried that recount stuff and then they had to stop it because they were fighting more votes for Trump than for Hillary.
Yes.
So it's even this, I think, on a larger scale, and it's nationwide. It's not just those states. So I think we got this. We just have to be patient. And, don't direct your energy into something that you can do something about. Don't worry about, the things you can't do anything about. So.
And real quick, before I go, the biggest fuckery in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is no fucking way that they're finding 30, 40,000, 50, 60, 70,000 votes in these districts, and they're 100% for Biden.
I know! Like, really, what are the odds, the statistics of that? They're all for Biden? Every single one of them? Like, come on.
But listen, this is how I used to be a Bernie supporter, right? But I stopped being a Bernie supporter because I knew how weak he was. Now, let me explain something. I'm originally from Chicago. I just moved to St. Louis because, if anybody from Chicago, they know you can't even afford to live in that shithole. So I was like, so I moved to St. Louis, then because I'm a truck driver, but this is fucked up. So now I'm moving to Dallas, right? But check this out. In 2016, Bernie Sanders supposedly only got 3 votes out of Cook County, which is a county of like 4 or 5 million people. And that's when I left him alone because he was too weak to even challenge it.
Yeah.
So Trump, on the other hand, he's a fighter. He's like, no, y'all not going to fuck me the way y'all fucked over Bernie Sanders.
Oh, for sure. And he's even kind of alluded to that because he was just like, oh, Bernie's a better loser than I am. And in other words, he's saying, I wouldn't take that shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I was thinking about that today. We're lucky we have... Huh?
I mean, because Cook County has 5 million people. And in the 2016 primaries, they said Bernie only got 3 votes. Come on, man. Stop it.
Yeah, I know.
These people, they're all the same people. But I got to get ready to go. Man,
okay, go back to work. Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye. All right, bye. 512-481-7464. I got about 30 more minutes. I'm going to stay on. and then I'm gonna drive 30 minutes to do my laundry. I drive so far to do my laundry, but but I usually do two big old loads, and I let my laundry pile up. But it's worth it. It's worth it. I swear, like just the little things, the place. I mean, I was always hot and bothered, you know, having to do my laundry. Like I'm like, y'all don't care about my laundry. I know you care about this coup d'etat that they're trying to do, but hold on. It's funny. There's this guy that's like, stop the shit out of a conservative. He keeps reading these dumbass comments, and YouTube keeps like blocking him. See, I'm still nice. I can just be like, oh, YouTube blocked you. Oh, somebody's calling, I think. I know somebody's not calling. 512-481-74. The number's at the top of the stream, you guys. So you can call if you want. If you want to know the number, 512-481-7464. But yeah, 512-481-7464. Thank you for to subscribing to my friend's channel. She's good. She's good. She's a really good writer too. I think she's gonna start a blog. She's super busy though. She has children. She takes care of family. She's a really nice person too. So, you know, she has a lot going on, but I think she'll get around to it. But she's making these videos. It's really cathartic. It's really what's the word? Healing. You know, talking to you guys is healing. I don't feel like I'm by myself, you know. Definitely. I think after this week, I'll do a live show once a week on a Friday. And what I'm thinking, just so I can get more people, I might either do it, if I don't do it Friday morning at this time. Did the chat stop? Let me see. I might try a show in the evening. Actually, I might see next week and try in the evening and see if I get more people, because I know a lot of people at work right now. But I have friends that go on Friday night, so I'm trying not to really conflict with their shows. I guess people can go back and forth. I just have to see. I'm just gonna try a few times and see what works the best, I guess. Tucker Carlson should leave Fox before they fired him. Yeah, for real. But you know what though? Let him get fired, and then other people can just follow Tucker, and you know, Tucker can have his own show. Tucker can have his own. Oh, lagging behind. I had to refresh because the chat got, and there's a lag. So Tucker can have his own show, and hold on. Sorry, I'm also going through the chat and trying to release the comments that YouTube blocked. Hey, stomp the shit out of a conservative. Are you gonna cry when Trump wins by a landslide like he does, when it's proven that he actually won by a landslide, basically? I always bring my own washer dryer. Yeah, Trump with a purpose. My dream is to have my own place where I have my own washer and dryer. That would be like my dream, okay? Stomp the shit out of a conservative. It's so funny that, you know, the left is always like, oh, the violence, I'm so scared. But I get people that are trolls from the left called stomp the shit out of a conservative. How about talk to conservatives? How about let's make peace with conservatives? No, it's stomp the shit out of a conservative. Wow, how nonviolent is that? The hypocrisy. I don't even see the hypocrisy. 512-481-7464. But I guess I keep most of y'all trolls around for my entertainment because you're just so stupid. It like makes me laugh. And you're like, you know, like this, like you know. Anyway. Wouldn't it be great, you guys, we get the House and the Senate and the presidency? I would be doing cartwheels. Right? LOL, punch a Nazi is allowed now, and you get to judge who's a Nazi. I know, right? Look at the people that stabbed Bevlyn Beatty. You know, they were going to attack an old man. They were gonna jump this old man. You know, that would be rad. That'd be rad. Because you know what? I think if they stole the election, they also stole the House, right? Because it's just like, you think those ballots just, you know, if they voted for Biden, then if they're for Biden, they probably also check other Democrats, right? They probably just are straight Democrat, Mark, right? They're not gonna like vote for Biden and then vote for other Republicans. It's straight Democrats all across the board. So it's not just like, it's not just what do you call it? It's not just you know, the presidency, it's also the House and the Senate. They were trying to take everything. And I honestly believe that's what happened during the midterms. Because there was just no way that Ted Cruz won by, like, I was freaking out, dude. I was watching it with my friend, and we were at, like, where were we? We were at Grand Lux Cafe, which was like it's like the upscale Hard Rock Cafe. No, upscale, what's that name of that place? Not Hard Rock Cafe, but a Cheesecake Factory. And I was like, oh my God, a Catholic. I was like, I hate Beto O'Rourke. I hate him so much. I hate him like he can't win. And it was like, there's no way. And then I know Project Veritas did some exposition videos showing them, and they were talking about bringing, you know, they were talking about, but that's when the caravan was happening, and they were talking about, you know, immigrants and picking them up from the border, and you know, and they were also saying stuff like, oh, we don't verify if they're legal or not. We just know, yeah, just come, just bring your ID. I'll do this ID. So it's like, how are you even getting, you know, if you're here working on a visa, this is the thing I don't understand too. Like when I was in Taiwan, I was technically an immigrant, right? But I had a special visa. I didn't have citizenship visa, but I had a special visa, and I couldn't stay in the country without that visa. I couldn't vote. I couldn't get a job. Now, I did have friends, interestingly enough, that were American and that were from other countries, and they were actually illegal immigrants, and they were working under the table, and they didn't have a visa. They would do these things called visa runs. And what they would do, because you legally, when you land in Taiwan, you can stay in Taiwan for 30 days, and then you have to leave after that 30 days unless you get an extension. And but my friends, they would do these things called visa runs. They would go to Hong Kong and for a day, and then come back. And then it would start their 30-day process all over again. So there are lots of English schools, because English teaching is like a billion-dollar industry, that didn't have the credentials to open up a school, but they still needed foreigners to teach English. So it's kind of like the people that were, you know, exploiting the illegal immigrants here. The same thing was happening in Taiwan. They would like, you know, they couldn't afford to pay for their visas, but as long as they were able to stay, you know, everybody would have to spend money. But then you got to spend, you know, money for the plane ride there and back, and spend like money for a hotel to stay that day. So I had a lot of friends that would like, they would make a day out of going to Hong Kong and staying there, and then they would like, oh, I'm going on vacation for Hong Kong. Go there, come back in, you know, and everybody knew, like, Taiwanese government knew people were doing that shit, you know? So it's like, but my thing is, I went on that tangent, but my thing is, how are people getting, you know, how are you illegal and you're allowed to get an ID? They didn't do that shit. My friends didn't have IDs and shit, you know? So meaning like, you know, they couldn't, I had a driver's license, I had a motor scooter, I took the driving test, I went through all, like, I had a visa, I had a working visa, I work with a company, I was able to have a special ID that allowed me to get a driver's license and all this other stuff. But how are you allowed, you know, they didn't allow that shit for people that were illegal to have, like, IDs. That's like, I don't understand how if you're illegal, you still get an ID. I don't understand that. How that's acceptable. right? And now they're they're using that to vote. So I hope that they stop this shit like right after this election. Like they shouldn't. I mean, no other country does this shit that I know of. We're like, really? I know I have some of you guys that live in different countries or from different countries. Does this happen in your country? I'm just curious. I as far as I know, speaking to my friends that live in different countries, they don't put up with that shit. They don't do that. You could probably get fake IDs, but these people here aren't getting fake IDs. They're getting real IDs. It's crazy. All right, 512-481-7464. 512-481-7464. All right, well, just guys ask me. Let's talk in the chat. If nobody calls in like 10 minutes, then I'm going to bounce. Bill Gates proposed digital IDs or microchips are like Nazi style of numbering people, for sure. And it's funny, right? Like they say, oh, Trump is a billionaire and billionaires are evil, but Bill Gates is a billionaire and his actions actually, parrot or parallel a lot of the Nazi stuff. He's like the real Nazi, but people just they just worship him like he's a god or something. They don't even. This is the hypocrisy, man. These people are just like, right? The Pet Cemetery voted for Biden. What is a pet cemetery? What is a pet cemetery? Hello? All right. Oh, no, I put user. Oh, you're in timeout for 300 seconds. Stomp the shit out of conservative. Wait, how do you like censorship now? Stomp the shit out of a conservative. It's because I'm bored. I'm gonna just see. After your 300 seconds are up, you can come back and comment. Do you like censorship? Is it cool now? How about that? But I still didn't ban you. I'm just poking you a little bit. Just poking you. Time out. Time out. Time out. Let me see. You bury your pet there and they come back alive. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're just saying that they're zombies? Got you. Because, yeah, the pets come back as a zombie, right? Or whatever you bury in the pet cemetery, it comes back, but it's like undead. That's right. I remember that. Like the cat, they did the cat, and then the son, the little boy, gets hit by the bus, right? And then the dude buries his son, hoping the son would come back to life, but his son comes back like as a zombie or monster. So, yeah, I remember that movie. Oh, hey, do you want to say something? Stop the shit out of a conservative. Oh, no, you're in timeout. You're in timeout. Yeah, just like, I just want to know, like, how much you're going to cry. Are you going to apologize when we win this shit? Are you going to say that you're sorry and apologize? Right? Dead pets are voting now. That's funny. Hunter voted Trump for Lord Shark practices. You guys are too funny. You guys trip me out. Let me see. How long is 300 seconds? I have blocked that dude from my page before. 5 minutes? Oh yeah, 6 times. Yeah, okay, 5 minutes. Duh. I had to think. I didn't even bother to do the math. I was being lazy. That's easy head math. 4 years? He can't come back for 4 years? That seems fair. Come back in 4 years, stomp the shit out of a conservative. The question is this the type, is he the type of troll or she the type of troll that wants attention, or are they just really angry and they want to direct their anger at somewhere? Because I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to even lie. I go and I troll. I've trolled leftists. I have another alias that I go by, which is a secret, but I've definitely trolled leftist chats. That's why I'm not really so hard on the trolls, because I know that I've trolled other people's. I don't get abusive or attack people, but I cannot say that I have not trolled other people before, so I'm not too bad on them. But after a while, I'll just type a couple comments and then I'll just realize I'm like, oh, this is a leftist. You know, I'm basically, you know, in a leftist den of vampires, so I might leave a couple of comments and then bounce. But I don't even understand why anybody would spend their time in a bunch of people in a, you know, why anybody would spend their time talking to a bunch of people that they're not going to change their mind. It's because they want to, you know, direct anger, or they want attention. You know, because I mean, all this stuff, you're not gonna change people's minds by yelling at them and calling them names. It's just gonna make them the other way, you know. Ashley Henson took a house seat in, yeah, and there's many more to come. I bet. Oh, what? They're up 6 house seats in the House? Oh, shut up. Let's see what political's probably mad. They're still just like, well, we're not going to change it. We're just going to leave it here. We're not going to change it. You're right. Let me hold on. Oh no! What did I do? Okay. Hold on. Yeah, somebody says, you hear meth and heroin are illegal in Oregon? Yeah, you know, Sean, I actually have, anybody want to call one more time? 512-417-464. Okay, I'm about to bounce soon. Nobody calls, which is fine. Like, I understand a lot of you guys at work and, you know, yeah, you know, I kind of have mixed feelings about that. Like, I think if you're a drug dealer, you should go to jail. I don't think the drug users should go to jail. I think they should get treatment. But you're still, like, killing people, you know? And I understand the whole, like, concept of, like, if you legalize drugs, you'll make them compete with the cartels, and it would reduce crime, and, you know, I don't know. But I definitely don't think the drug users should be punished. I really think it is a sickness and is an illness. And you know what's funny though? Like, somebody, I can't even take credit for this because you guys are so smart, always give me so many good ideas. But the fact that, like, Joe Biden signed that crime bill that made it harder or put tougher penalties on for people that smoke crack, yet his son is a crackhead, you know? It's kind of like his karma came back to bite him in the ass, you know? And it's not even like, oh, he does heroin or he does, like, weed, or, I mean, weed's not bad, but I mean, like, but crack, right? Isn't that interesting? See how God works, man? God kind of has a sense of humor. Hi, who's this?
Hey, V.
Hey,
Sound
Johnny.
like you're standing at a street corner waiting for a fight.
No, I'm cool. I'm just like, no, I realize a lot of people are at work and stuff, and I'm doing it early. I think I'm going to do one more live show in the morning, and I think next Friday I'm going to try an evening show and see how that goes.
Well, you got a pretty good crowd today. It was up almost to 100, I think.
Yeah, it was good. I just I also want to kind of switch it up for people too, because I know that there's some people that can't call in because they're at work, you know? Like, you can watch it, you can watch it on your phone and stuff like that. So I'm trying to kind of open it up for more people. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe it might be better for people to be able to call in, to be more interactive if I do it in the evening. And you know, Yeah. Anyway, so what's going on? What do you think about this? Are you having any hope
Yeah,
about
what do you
this?
think about it? It's like they're leaving us hang on the edge of a cliff. It's like, oh my God, it's like any other election and this and that and that and this. It's like all of a sudden it's like, well, we don't know nothing. We're going to have to wait for God knows how long. And then now they're talking about let's go to the courts and the Supreme Court and everything else.
Yeah, they're
It's
going
like,
to take it
ay,
to the
ay,
court.
ay.
They're going to have to. I saw the best comment. It said, it was actually on I think it was a leftist. It was like a leftist because I've been watching both like news sources, or different news sources, and they said this election is like waiting for a pregnancy test.
Oh my God! Yeah, I remember
Right?
those days. The last 2 weeks were the longest. Like, ay, ay, ay.
Yeah.
Of course, you were never pregnant, so you wouldn't know that. But yeah, man, if you're an expecting mother or father or whatever, it's like, oh Jesus, come on now.
But
you
if
know,
you're
it's
waiting,
like,
if you're waiting to see if you're not a pregnancy, but a pregnancy test. So if you don't know if
Oh,
you're pregnant or
test.
not, yeah. If you don't know if you're pregnant or not, and you're waiting for it, and you're like, oh, I might, you're waiting to see, then that's what it is. It's kind of like that, to see.
Okay, yeah, well, it's the same thing if you're 9 months pregnant or you're 8.5 months pregnant. It's like those last 2 weeks are just the longest 2 weeks of your life. I'm sure everybody out there that's listening to us will attest to that. It's like, oh my God, it's like, when is this baby gonna happen? Amen.
But you know what? I really think that they're gonna expose a lot of fraud, and it's actually gonna be better it's gonna, in the end, the outcomes are gonna be better. Now the people on the left are gonna be pissed and mad and bitter, but fuck those people. I should say forget those people.
I hope so.
No, I think so. We've come too far.
We've come too far. It's like, okay, then we got 4 years of Kamala or whoever.
Yeah, but like Trump is not going to we have a fighter. He's not going to step down, and we know that he has more support. We know this. It's not even And the administration and the people behind him, the people working with him are really smart. They expected this to happen. If we expected this to happen, there's always 10 steps ahead of these guys. So they knew that this was going to happen. So they're ready. It would be good, now to expose all of this fraud. I think they're going to take it on a national level. I think they're going to take it to the Supreme Court, and I think it's going to expose the fraud that needs to be exposed, because I think honestly, people are saying, oh, if this goes through, this is the banana republic and we'll never have an honest election again. I honestly don't think that we've had an honest elections for a long time anyway. I think the last election that we had is probably the most honest election that we've ever had. Maybe not ever. I don't know how long back, the corruption goes in this country with the voting fraud. But I think that's why the left and everybody was so pissed, because they were trying to rig that one like they all usually do, right? And they didn't get away with it. That's where they're mad. So I think this election is going to be, the last election was actually the start of honest elections. And they're trying to...
And maybe this is the purpose of it all, to finally once and for all expose how corrupt these people really are, and it's like, let's get over this and somehow let's bring some sanity back into America.
For sure, I believe that.
So
yeah.
So amen. Hopefully it becomes sooner rather than later, because as you see on the news and everything else with all these riots and everything going on, it's like it's just going to get worse if they keep it strung out there for longer. It's like the last thing I'd hate to see is martial law, because martial law, once it's declared, it's like now you lose all your rights. It's all military involvement.
Yeah, I would like to think a lot of military are awake to the point where they're not going to abuse.
Well, they follow orders. So
but a lot of people,
where it gets to so crazy that there is martial law declared.
But military people are people too, and a lot of military people don't want to, attack the American public. A lot of I would say majority of military people I know at least are patriots, and
well, right.
I'm not, I've actually been under martial law when I was in the riots when I was a kid, and I remember the image of it being so scary. I didn't really see anybody being abused. I'm not saying people were not abused. I'm just saying it wasn't as, if it was anything like it was when I was, when the riots happened, I'm not really scared.
Are you talking about the Rodney King riots?
Yeah. I was in the heart of it. So we had people walking around our neighborhoods with machines and stuff. I was just kind of freaking out if it lasts. Mine as a kid, I was like, is this gonna be my way of life now? Are we gonna, looks like a third world country. We're gonna have people walking around with like machine guns and rifles, like the rest of my life. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I'd rather that happen for a little bit than these crazy ass Antifa Black Lives Matter people. Did you see that Bevlyn Beatty just got stabbed?
Yeah. I tell you, it's just it seems like the whole world's gone stupid, and we're stuck in the middle of it.
I mean, if the military have to, I don't distrust the military per se. I distrust the people that are controlling the military. But if it's do you want the military running the streets that don't want to hurt the American people, or the Antifa people running the streets that do want to hurt the American people? I'd rather the military, actually.
Yeah. I mean, and as long as we're on the right side and they're not coming in just busting your door down.
It doesn't necessarily.
That's fine and good.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. So just think about it. But you're ready for him, Johnny. I know you are.
Oh, they gotta fight my dogs, and then they gotta fight me first.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like the kind of guy that's like, leave me alone, let me eat my sandwich, because it's like, I don't want no part of this.
Yeah, and it's yeah, of
and
course.
If I have to, I'll escape, 50 miles up north. I can run away and quarter tank of gas, and I can light a fire and stay warm and cook my food and everything else. It's like the cities are the worst. I mean, unfortunately, and most cities, big cities, as you know it, are run by Democrats, and they're there for the weakest of the weak, and then nobody wants to work, and it's just like everything goes. It's like, oh, when is it going to end? It's just like Trump wants to put everybody to work. It's like, what is wrong with this picture? And they're fighting them tooth and nail.
Yeah, it's
and God knows why. Maybe they really want communism to infiltrate our system and become
but they're deluded
the norm.
about it. Yeah, but they don't understand how it works, and they're deluded about it because they've been fed a bill of lies, and they think it's freedom and rainbows and unicorns and like,
Right. Yeah, it ain't that easy, And I see a guy regularly on the street corner. He's asking me for 50 cents or a cigarette or two, and it's like, oh my God, brother, get off the street. Do something better. And he's just waiting for Social Security to kick in. It's like, he's a young guy. He's probably your age, in his 30s. It's like, I feel for you, but it's like, man, get off the street and do something better.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a whole racket too that happens with the homeless. Like, he can he get a job if he, can't pass a drug check? Can he get drug test? Can he get a job if he is smelly and gross? And you know what I mean? How can he be take a shower if he doesn't have a place to shower? Just things like that.
Right. And now with the lack of jobs, it's like, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I pray for everybody right now, sister. It's It's like, it's just a crazy world right now, and there doesn't seem to be an end to it. But hopefully, shortly, before the inauguration, that's what I'm worried about too. Do they push this past the inauguration?
Oh, it's going to be like, we're going to have another 4 years of hell from these animals. It's not like, I don't think it's going to, I mean, what's going to get better are the policies and, and all that stuff. But there's still going to be violence, I think. There's still going to be bitterness. It's not going to go away for a while,
Seems to be the way of the world. Amen.
Yeah.
It is just crazy. And it's like, okay, it's good to be alive. Good to be kicking. Let's just keep on doing it and do what comes next, and keep your faith in the Lord, and man, if it ever comes down to machine guns coming through your doors, it's going to be a tough time. That's all.
Yeah, for sure. I think there was somebody else trying to call in. Let me
get
to this last call.
Hey man, good talking to you, and I got a letter coming to you, like I told you.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you.
Bye-bye. Hey, somebody else, one more person was trying to call. If you want to call one more time, I'll take that last call. 512-481-7464, 512-481. Yes, Nevada! Trump files against Nevada. Dude, this is going to be great. Yeah. Trump files against Nevada. They're going to go federal with this shit. They're going to go federal. Because even I think, I'm like, California is that blue. Like, I don't even think. Because I know, outside of LA and all of the... That was hiccup. Hey, what's up? Who's this?
Hi, Megan. This is Pat Fallon calling. How you doing?
Good. Oh, my name's Verstein.
Oh, this is Christine. Okay.
With the V, Verstein. It's okay. What's your name, Kat?
Yeah, Pat or Patrick Fallon.
How are
I
you?
was kind of writing a few. I'm doing fine. I was just listening to Megan and just having fun, working, doing the laundry, and listen. Hello?
Yeah. Could you turn down whatever's in the background? Because it's getting like an echo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just turn the volume off on the back because it's bleeding through. Whatever. Oh, you have this stream going. You can hear it, right? It's replaying because there's a lag in it. Yeah. See, so just turn the volume off.
Yep.
Yeah. See, could you turn down because it's hard to hear you because you have
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah, you can just turn it off.
Turn the volume off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello? No. No. Now I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Sorry about that. I had the screen going. And
Yeah. Don't have the screen
what
going.
An idiot.
Yeah. No. I did that myself today. I have to. You're not an idiot. Don't worry about it. A lot of this stuff's confusing. So, yeah. Whenever you call in a show.
Down my phone, so now I can hear you better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever you're calling in a show, just remember any show, not just this show. You have to turn down turn off the volume on whatever you're listening to, or else it's gonna pick it up. It's gonna be like a loop. Yeah.
It's been about 25 years since I called into a show.
Oh, wow.
But, I was doing the laundry, working here, doing some emails, and listening to your show, because, I trip through it as I go through YouTube. You see TT in there, and, your smiling face has showed up a few times.
Oh, thanks. So, what do you want to talk about? What's on your mind? Is this a coup d'etat?
I wanted to hear, so what would you like to hear me talk about being in the audience? I just wasn't sure. There's so much.
Well, I guess we always go off subject, but I guess this, I named this live coup d'etat. Do you think this is a coup d'etat? What do you think about the election? What's going on? What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll make the same comments I was writing in. In the way I look at it is this was a trap. They've been caught in a trap, and they've been caught red-handed. It's obvious that the vids and the comms will be available as to all the activity that went on in the background. But I've been making fun of the red wagon, 4 a.m. with the ballots in it. Like, wow.
Wait, say that again. There's a.
It's like the Keystone Cops.
It's like you said, a red wagon.
Yeah, the red wagon. There's a video of them at 4 a.m. taking a red wagon out of the back of an SUV or whatever and using it to carry ballots back inside.
What? Okay, I'm gonna wait.
It's ballots.
I'm gonna look for that video. I hope it's still on.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yes, they're getting caught. Yeah, but Project Veritas has some. That's the only videos that I've seen. But just the fact, we found 100,000 votes and they're all for Biden. Oh, really? For real? Word? For real?
Oh, yeah.
They're all for Biden?
I mean, did you see the graphs on that when you graph that change in the numbers? I mean, it stands out like a sore thumb in the middle of the night.
And it's funny, they're Democrats. They're like, oh, Trump's trying to steal this election. I was like, show me the proof, because all the proof points that the Democrats are trying to steal this election.
Yeah.
There are people on tape talking about how they're going to steal it. All the votes are for Biden. Oh, gee, what a coincidence, So, go on.
And we're not stupid. I mean, obviously we have our own military intel that really will oversee everything. So, the CIA, the FBI, it's too bad because they're going to have to fall in line and they're going to have to be cleaned up because the military reports to the president and the president has to go back to the old Republican, Democratic Republic, the Constitution, and let's get everything in order because the Constitution is a very simple document to understand. There's a lot of clarity in there, simplicity for us to guide it as Americans.
Yeah.
Am I way too off on this? But
no, it's not. It's not. I can't.
Like everybody else did.
I can't, but I mean, like, I think that, I don't know how long you've been following me, but I don't know if you know, I was a teacher. And, I realized the brainwashing that was going on through the school system. And part of that brainwashing is not teaching people about their country and how it works. So a lot of these people that, hate America and they're so against their country, they have no clue about this. They don't know. And then, Obama coming out and saying stuff like, oh, the Constitution is so outdated. It's outdated. It's not. I'm like, well, it's not outdated, And then and the older I've even gotten, I've realized that this is the thing that makes our country so special compared to other countries. Even if there are other Western countries or, but this is the thing that the law, words are magic, and the laws and the agreements that we make are very, very magical. And depending on how it's set up per country, that's, but they've been trying to, the globalists, that's what I mean. They've been trying to take America down for a while, and they've had to do it systematically through the school system, so that if you brainwash the people in the school system and you brainwash them to hate themselves and hate their country, they're gonna destroy themselves. And if they live in this country, they'll destroy this country because they don't care about themselves and they don't care about this country and they don't understand, So
exactly, they don't take any ownership for U.S. culture and be responsible for it. And of course, they obviously don't speak for the citizens. They're so far apart. I mean, it was an easy take on Trump's part to sort of fill that huge void. But I'm from the old school, so I'm old. So I look at this as John F. K. plus Trump. Mission accomplished. I'll be the guy pushing to put them on, Mount Rushmore, that kind of thing. Because you're right. The kids, nobody knows. The kids don't know their history. This has been going on a long time. And, Kennedy died over this. Yeah. And now Trump has come along to help finish it.
And it's funny, a lot of the black people, they're saying, oh, this country, blah, blah. And I'm just thinking, there are lots of black people that fought in wars and died for this country, too. There are people
just go back to JFK. Go get an old copy of Life magazine at that time. Like on my wall, I'm walking out here. I got a picture of John when he was a little boy. Mm-hmm. He's saluting the coffin. The other picture from Life magazine is a little boy, maybe 10 years old.
I've seen the footage.
With a cap. He's crying with a candle.
Yeah.
It's 1964. That's how far back I go. I got a picture of John F. K. John Lennon, of course, my man, it's all about the content of your character. So I also got, the black and white I Have a Dream as well on the wall. Mm-hmm. So that's how, as a background, that's where my thinking comes from.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But people don't remember. I mean, this is a historical moment in our history now, too. You've lived through a lot.
Exactly.
You lived through a lot. So, I remember
it was unbelievable.
Yeah, I remember. It was weird when I was a kid. I was thinking, that when Martin Luther King was assassinated, a lot of people were saying that. In my mind, I was thinking, it was just black people that were sad. I was like, no, a lot of white people were sad too. And then I remember talking to my mom about JFK, and she was like, yeah, I was devastated. I was like, really?
Exactly. Yeah, we cried.
Even my mom lived in Jim Crow. Yeah, even my mom was she lived under Jim Crow, so she wasn't even around a lot of white people. But she still loved Kennedy. She still loved Kennedy.
Yeah, exactly. I had lived in Ireland I was a kid coming from Ireland over to Canada about that time, and around the world they're all crying. It was unbelievable.
Wait, you said you lived in Ireland?
Yes, I was born in Canada, but I've lived in Ireland as a child. So I had the immigrant parents come in through New York and then end up down through Buffalo and then go over to Canada into Ontario.
I have a question.
That's kind of my background.
I have a question. So you're Irish. Your family is Irish, like from Ireland.
My mom and dad were Irish, yes. Yes,
so
but, I was born in Canada.
I'm just curious because I want to know, like, from people, like, were the Irish discriminated against at that time when you came in? Do you remember any of that discrimination? Like, how bad was it for Irish people that came?
Yeah, I experienced all of that, like in the schoolyard, because I had a funny accent, right?
Yeah.
So, and we were extremely poor and broken, so I lived all of that stuff. But I have no hard feelings. I know, I've kind of been through a few rodeos, so when you get old, you know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
So
And I think
your whole life to kind of put it all together.
Yeah, but it's interesting because I think that there's some people, they get like, either they make a choice, right? They get to a point in their life where they make a choice. Either they're really bitter about like their bullying or whatever, or they choose to like let that experience make them a stronger person.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Oh, you're so right. That's why I enjoy listening to you. Can I just tell you, if you got time, one more little story, because I have a son who's not American. He's Canadian, and I had, and all of this going on. So years ago, about, I think it was around December 2017, I explained the whole thing to him like this. His name is Sean. Sean, it's just like you and I having these huge pieces of property, and we're going to be neighbors. But we have to share resources and assets. And in order to do that, we're going to write up a little document called the Constitution. Here it is. It's very short, blah, blah, blah. What do you think? Hey, that's great, man. Let's sign it. That's how simple I look at this thing. It is beautiful the way it is for people to understand.
Yeah.
It's clear. Because when you look at the British Empire and all that, I mean, my question there is, and I still understand, like, is Trudeau sworn to secrecy to the crown? What's going on there? Here, it's clarity. We the people. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And President Trump is awesome. He's amazing. He's collecting the dollars too. He's a businessman. He collects the receivables.
Yeah.
Knows what auditing is.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I know.
It's a game for me now.
Yeah, and it's funny. I like him more and more. And like when all this started, I was detached, and I was just like, eh. But I knew at the time that Hillary was more evil, so I didn't want her to get in. But now, and even like this past week, I'm like, I love this dude. Like because I didn't really have time, and I would watch a few like what do you call it? A little bit of the rallies here and there. But as I was working on some stuff, and I was on the computer and I was listening, and I was like, oh my God, like the rallies are so amazing, and he's so funny.
They're wonderful.
He's so funny.
In Pennsylvania.
Oh, you went to the Pennsylvania one? Oh, you're so lucky. I'm like,
I feel lucky now. And I have a brother who's Canadian. I took him as well. He kind of, what's this going on? So he came down with me for the ride because he retired. And his end comment was, would you believe this? He says, oh, the people are so nice and friendly. I said, what did you expect?
I mean, you're so like, I was just saying to a friend, I was like, I'm like, now it's on my bucket list to see a rally before his presidency, because
you got it, man.
It seems like it's so much fun. And then you look at the Biden rallies, they just look so sad and sorry, and everybody's wearing masks and like nobody's there.
Man. Oh, that's depressing.
I'm just like, I don't even want, like, it doesn't even like, but the Trump rallies, everybody's like partying, they have good music, you know what I mean? He's telling jokes, playing video clips, and I'm sure you found a lot of like-minded people that are really like pumped and stuff. So, it looks like it's a ton of fun. That's definitely on my bucket list. To go to see a rally before his presidency.
He took the Trump poster back to Canada. Let's put it that way.
What would you say? What'd you say?
I said he took the Trump poster back to Canada. My brother. When he was down there.
yeah.
You know, they all give you a poster. Oh, and guess what's her name? Conway. She came up by me to put away an empty water bottle, and so I kind of didn't know what to say, but I kind of leaned over and I said, "What's her first name? Mariana?" I said, "Mariana," I said, "We love you," and she said, "I love you too." That's what she said. She was surrounded by security, but this was at the rally that happened.
I like her too. She's a fierce lady. She's so smart. She's so
Man, she is sharp as a tack.
Yeah, she's sharp and just like bam, bam, bam. And her husband's such a jerk, dude. Her husband, I couldn't believe how like even if you think that way about your wife, you're gonna talk shit about your wife publicly like that. What a horrible person. She's way better than him, and her husband ain't even that cute. She's better than him. I got so mad. I was like, really? Like this guy's an asshole. Anyway.
Yeah, that's really strange, that one. That is a yin-yang sort of thing. Okay, I don't want to hog the time because maybe other callers want to come in.
Yeah, well, I gotta go.
So I get to play games on this, but it's enjoyable. I get a bit of work. You know, I love it. I love what's going on. And by the way, in the end, it'll be USA 2.0, and if I can put in brackets, it'll be quantum. The U.S. economy is about to explode.
Yes, I think I have good. The future looks bright. I'm not worried anymore.
Oh, it does. Yeah, good way to put it.
Yeah.
The future looks bright.
All right, guys.
And thank you, young lady. You're so talented. Take care. Love the smile. Love the talk. Love the brain power.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
You know, so but they've been caught. They've been. It's a game. You know, we're not that stupid that we don't know what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, see it from a corruption point of view, shall we say?
Okay, cool. Yeah,
and hello and goodbye to all the patriots out there.
Okay, much love to you. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'm going to do one more live show tomorrow at 10. And then next week, I'll let you guys know the day before, but either I'm going to do a live show in the evening or in the morning on Friday. I probably would do an evening show, most likely, just so I can see if the crowd changes. I'm just trying to find a time slot that would be really, that would be good. So, all right, guys, love you. Peace or love. Mwah. And I close the window again, so it's going to take me a minute to end the stream. All right, guys. Later, Gators. Oh, that's tree.